So I did try to divide my time that way.
It is hard sometimes to say no, and accept that you can't do it all. And children look up to us kind of like we're super moms sometimes, and if we could duplicate ourselves and be everywhere at one time, I wish I could be. I'm sure you do too. But we definitely have to make sacrifices sometimes, like missing one event to go to another, and vice versa, and take turns. Like sometimes I have to say to the kids, last week was Bailey's practice, and this week we'll go to yours, because you can't do it all. Something that I've just started doing is prioritizing it, by asking them on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this practice or this game or this dance competition or this horseback riding lesson on a scale of 1 to 10 to you. And if they're like, well, it's like a 9, like I need you to be there, then I go. And if it's like, oh, well, it's, like a 3, then I say, okay, well, then it's your brother's turn or your sister's turn. And, the next big thing that comes up that you feel is super important, then we'll go to that one. So I like kind of putting it back on them. I feel like I don't feel as guilty when I miss something when they kind of prioritize it. Is that kind of how sometimes you think of things in your head too, like high to low priority, as far as like practice versus games, or competition versus just a dance routine practice?
Hockey is usually over before dance competitions start. Now, that being said, this year, my daughter is at a dance competition in the beginning of March. So they are going to overlap. When it comes to hockey or dance competition, I usually tend to pick the dance competitions because my daughter only goes to 4 a year. So there's multiple games. I think my son is scheduled, I think it's in between 20 and 30 games before playoffs. So no, it must be 20, because he is playing OMHA this year. Peyton plays a lot of games too. Peyton's area of play is a lot wider.
Right.
Because she is in a girls' league, she can go from Napanee to all the way into Toronto, her area. She can also go towards the Barrie area. Um, we've been lucky that she hasn't, but there is a possibility that she could go. Hockey tournaments, we usually do prioritize them over hockey games, only because I think hockey tournaments are very important. And I usually didn't miss any because my son has food allergies. So I never really felt comfortable sending him with anybody else. Not that I don't trust anybody else, it just made him more comfortable if I was there.
So I know both of your kids have allergies, but having a son in hockey with an allergy, going to a tournament is a huge thing for everyone's safety factor, I would think. And tournaments are just fun. Who wants to miss a tournament? We're actually going to Sault Ste. Marie this weekend for Hudson's hockey tournament. So we're leaving on Thursday, and he plays his first game at 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday. And we're looking forward to a whole weekend of fun. I feel like hockey tournaments sometimes are just as much for the parents as they are for the kids that are playing. I just wanted to talk a little bit actually about Lane, because you did say this is his last year. What is his plan for hockey after this year in Sturgeon Lake? Is he planning to maybe join an adult league after, or is he just kind of hanging up his competitive hockey skates and just plans to hang out with the guys. Does he have any goals for after hockey?
I actually just asked him that the other day because we had to go to a game and he came with me, and I keep on asking him what he would like to do, and he's unsure. This year, actually, one of the teams that he plays against, Kawartha Coyotes, started a U21 team. So he's gone to watch one of those games. So I asked him, would he be interested in playing it? Our association, apparently there's flies on the walls that we might end up getting a U21 team. So I asked him, like, if Sturgeon gets one, are you going to play? Because that would give him 3 more years of playing.
Yes.
And he's not too sure because he wants to be an electrician. So he's going to be doing an apprenticeship. So I think it would all depend on his time, really. But I think seeing some players from Sturgeon playing on the Kawartha Coyotes U21 team kind of made him have a little bit of hope that maybe it's not over. Lane's going to be 18 next year, and he started just before his 4th birthday. So he's been playing a long time. This is his 15th season. So it goes by fast, and I really hope that he plays because I don't want to stop watching him play.
So it definitely feels like he's a lifetime player when they start that young. Hudson started really young too. Billy didn't start until his first year of Adam, and he had 2 years off for COVID, and he had a year off for a concussion. So he actually just got the okay from his neurologist to go back to hockey this coming season. So he's out there actually tonight on our backyard rink doing laps. He's so ready to go back. But I definitely missed him playing, and I know what it's like when we were off for those 2 years to not have hockey in our life. And as much as sometimes I want to pull out my hair having it, when it's not there, you really, really miss it. So I know that you are going to miss it, and I can see that. And hopefully he does do the U21 team. That would be exciting for both of you.
I think I'm not usually a crier, but these next 2 years, actually even last year, my boyfriend's oldest graduated high school, and she used to play sports, and now she doesn't play sports, so it's sad not seeing her. And then with Lane graduating, and possibly last year of hockey this year, and then my daughter Marley graduating next year, and then she can't compete after next year, I think I'm going to be an emotional wreck. I'll be that mother probably crying throughout the whole entire game, and he'll probably leave me at the arena because I might embarrass him from crying so much. But it's hockey is a lifestyle. It's not, it changes your whole entire life. Like, you see all the stuff on Facebook making fun of hockey moms and hockey dads and everything like that, and I probably 90% fit into most of those cases. I was the mom who cheered everybody on. I'm the mom that if I hear the other team's parents bad mouthing our kids or something, I can sit there and keep my mouth quiet, but then I end up breaking. Once I had a talk to the association's president because somebody made a complaint that I said something, and I said, if you guys aren't going to say anything, then I'm going to stick up for the kids. And I got a warning. I got a slap on the wrist.
Well, thankfully you didn't get banned from any arenas, because I mean there are definitely those stories out there. I've heard some of them.